I finally found the best Shyvana setup that maximizes my win rate. But first, let's read the Shyvana mail.
Shyvana soldiers, it's me, Citric. I've been injured in battle, but I'm recovering quickly. Attached is a short guide to maximizing your Shyvana LP gains. I will be writing one final Shyvana mail to update you on whether or not I have successfully brought Shyvana to Challenger. Subscribe and I will keep you posted.
This is Shyvana to Challenger. Hold on, we're getting invaded. The Viego's walking in. I put a word earlier though. Akali, come please. Oh? Okay, wait. My Corki. How did my Corki get first blood? I mean, that's good, but nice. Okay, so the Viego used flash. I put a ward down earlier there because about 20 games ago, maybe 10 games ago, there was a Viego that did this to me, so I'm now doing this every game. I'm just putting a ward there every time I see a Viego. Now, there's 3 components to this particular setup that I'm about to show you. Okay? The first is your early game. You really need to solidify your early game. It can't be weak. Now, I did get a recall immediately because I knew he put a ward on my blue, and he probably thinks that I'm gonna be slow, and then he's probably gonna invade my boss side. So this is why I'm just making sure that he's not instantly running over here. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about the early game setup. So nowadays, you can easily lose a game on Shyvana just by not playing the early game correctly, not playing the first minute correctly. And what I mean by that is if you don't have vision. Now I'm doing a little bit of a weirder clear because of we got invaded there. Okay, so he is trying to invade. He's level 3 now, so he probably did 2 camps. What is he doing? Come back here. Come back here. Wait, no, hold on. Hold on, don't come back. No. Okay. Okay, nice. Oh, okay. What I realized, not what I realized, but what I've learned is that you really, when you're fighting in the jungle, you really have to ping. You really have to ping multiple times to get people to come over. This is something that you'll know this if you're a laner. If you ever played lane, you know it's very hard to look at the map and know what's happening on the map when you're playing lane, because you're constantly focused on CSing and you're focused on trading with the enemy, that you're not really keeping your eyes on the minimap and seeing what's happening. So you as a jungler, that's your duty. And I think I'm just gonna clear my Gromp now and then do my wolves and then maybe get a recall because I do have 1,000 gold off of 2 assists. Now what I wanted to say was that if you do see a champion that can do the early invade from the raptors to the blue, then you do want to place a ward in that curved brush, and that's what we did. But usually you do want to at least put a ward on the enemy raptors just so you know where people are coming from. Now this one ward makes the game so much easier. If you are jungle tracking, you're able to ping out where the enemy jungler is, and this alleviates a lot of pressure off of your lanes from the Viego. And I feel like my early game is so stable right now that pretty much no jungler can get much off of my laners in the first, I don't know, 5-6 minutes, just because I'm pinging out everything and I'm making sure that my teammates know exactly where he is. I'm typing out where he's going as well, because sometimes people are not listening to pings. So for example, if we spot Viego on the raptors, I would be telling my bot lane that he's pathing down so my laners can actually play the game, right? So for example, the Corki might not be looking at the map. Just because he sees the Viego doesn't mean he knows where he's going. So I'm constantly reminding these guys where they could be. So if the Corki... Okay, let's see if we can get this gank off. I'm gonna turn him in. He's a little far, but... They have a ward in that bush. And TF is 6, so let's just back off here. Okay. My raptors are spawning. Yeah, he took dragon. I kind of suspected that because he didn't have much to do. But we couldn't. There was not much we could do because the Akali was kind of low and the TF has prio over that lane. So it's alright. It's alright to give dragons early. You don't always have to flip it on the dragon, right? You can be a little patient And I'm not level 6 because of the invade. I'm gonna see if I can. Well, I don't really. Actually, this is kind of trolling because the TF can TP. I need to remember that. The TF has no flash, says the Akali. I just want to push off. I'm just trying to push this guy off. I can do my Raptors right here, but I'm just trying to push this guy off from. Sometimes I'll use one of those vision plants. And actually, I gotta recall here. I just don't want them to get into a fight stupidly. But anyways, my early game has been so strong. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I do know what's going on, but it's due to I think a particular setup that I'm running. I'm currently no longer running magical footwear, and every game I'm just running cashback and triple tonic. Triple tonic is the rune that gives you the 3 potions at level 3, 6, and 9. And the special thing about this rune is that if you choose not to take the scuttle on the side that you're pathing to, for example, if let's say you're pathing bot and you don't have bot prio nor mid prio to play for the scuttle, you can just give it up. You can just give it up because you can still recall. You can still recall for a pickaxe. Oh. We're level 6, so we actually want to fight this. I hope the Quirky continues this fight. There's 2 both. Okay. Wow. Okay, my bad. I gave him the healing. I didn't think he could heal that much, but I wasn't really watching the vitals, I'll be honest. That's my bad. But as I was saying, the rune... Oh, she's looking. Maybe she can get something. The rune that I've been going is the triple tonic, which gives you like 60 gold after a minute of popping the first potion. And if you do a full clear and you pop the potion right when you get a level 3, you can recall and still get a pickaxe, which is really important for your clear speed. And you'll see here, I'm just maxing E every game now. It's been going great. Sometimes I'll get a second point in Q at level 4. If I like, this game's probably a decent one because the Viego is trying to do a lot and he's trying to fight me. And you know, 1 level in that skill will give you 20% extra scaling on your AD. So it's actually kind of huge for games where you're fighting a lot. And here it looks like we're just getting free grubs. He's trying to invade my bot side, which is something that is a trade that I was willing to make here because my team was going to back me up here. Now you don't want to do this all the time because sometimes for example, if your mid is not strong, you can't afford to do that, right? You can't afford to do that if your support is not a roamer. Like, you can't afford to do that. Okay, nice. We'll take a free kill real quick. I did just use dragon form, but his camps are spawning topside, so let's just see if we can steal these real quick. I know he's still in my bot side and he's taking my camps. The Thresh died. I didn't really get to see what happened, but it's an alright trade because I'm now getting his camps, right? And we got the grubs, so we got the objective and his camps. He's gonna trade for the camps and maybe a kill on the Thresh, but it's an alright trade that I'm willing to make because my Corki is the strong side. He is the one with the gold and he's going to be a damage dealer later on in the game. So I'm willing to strong side him now because my bot is kind of weak anyways. Okay, Fiora is here. I don't think we can kill, but I could bait him into a fight. I don't really want to do this, but okay, he's not here. Alright. Actually, I really need a recall. I wasn't looking at my gold. I have Shojin now. So what I've been doing a lot is buying boots early. I've been buying boots on my first back a lot of the times, and it's going really well. I'm trying to kind of remember what it was like playing the old Frostfire demonic build, and I remembered that we used to buy Prawn. Akali's looking for a flank here. A flank gank. Let's see if... They're kind of far though. But maybe Thresh can lantern me in and I can get some... No. Okay, that's alright. Well, Akali's on this side, so we are actually grouped up and they're split. So maybe we can just do Dragon right now. Now I think Viego's in that bush, so we gotta be a little careful. TF is moving now. TF is moving, but I'm almost done. I just need one more. Wait, what the hell? The Jin died to the Viego down there. Alright, we gotta leave. Alright, we gotta leave. Our bot side is not very strong. That's alright. I hope he doesn't come in here. Maybe he will. The Holly's still going for the fight. I mean, the score is relatively even. That's all I ask for. That's all I ask for the score to be relatively even. And we're 1-1 dragon. Ooh, the Holly dies, but it's not too bad. His topside camps are spawning, but I have my Shojin. I bought a Dark Seal with the cashback gold. Now the cashback is, I think, is just to provide gold value. If you look at how much gold you're getting back per game, it's usually around 800 if you're like 2-3 items. So it's definitely more than getting 300 off the magical footwear, but magical footwear gives you a 10 extra move speed. So that's kind of nice. But what I realized is that I've been slow on all these fights and all these camps because of my move speed. Maybe let's try something. Nope. That's okay. And here I get a potion. I can get my... I think the skill point is also really good because you get your Q to max level faster. You can kill here. He hits this up. Okay. He flashes the Jin W. Now I don't have dragon form anymore. And Viego is down bot side. Try to Q the plants and make sure we get our Fury back. I would like to get my Fury back on the Krugs if possible. Wards here. Viego is down there. Corki's walking down. I don't have Fury, but if Thresh can hook here. Here. Okay, that's huge. Oh, if he gets this. Oh wow, he didn't get the reset. Nice. Alright, beautiful. My team is going crazy. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is this setup, ever since I started going this setup every single game, I've been kind of, just winning hard. And I've been buying Lucidity very early on. Sometimes, not sometimes, but like 80% of the time, I'm buying Lucidity before I even touch Shojin, before I even buy Shojin. So that's been going really well for me. And I think it's because the move speed is getting me way more plays, and not just way more plays, but it's also giving me very high tempo on my farming. Like, I guess I didn't realize how important move speed was when you are keeping up tempo. And that, I guess, like now that I think about it, it makes a lot of sense because, you need to get between camps, right? So your clear speed needs to be high, your move speed needs to be high, especially if your champion doesn't have a dash like Diana, you know what I mean? And Viego has that E thing where he can just run really quick. Dive in. Choke turret though. Watch this. Nice fat E. So I mean I only got this Oblivion Orb because of the Fiora, but I've been picking up the Oblivion Orb a lot of the times, and it seems to be working out well. I don't think it's really applicable in lower elo because you probably just want more damage. But I think in higher elo, I think you probably get more value out of this Oblivion Orb. Now off the Shojin and off the Lucidity, you're getting about, I think you're getting 50 ability haste just from your runes and your boots and Shojin. And I think sitting on this 2 item doesn't have the healing this time. Sorry dude, you don't have the healing, man. You don't have the healing. I'm one camp away from hitting my jungle item evolve. I have ult. I'm down to fight here with my team are. If we can land a hook here. Jin's bottom. It's a 4v4. I think they're giving. I think they're just giving now. Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll pick up the Rift Herald. He's still looking. Dragon is on the other side though. It's spawning in 20 seconds. So maybe we'll have to give that. Or we can use the Rift Herald to go in. Yeah, sometimes I still need to get better at using Rift Herald. Yeah, we'll just use it to push him off of this dragon. And hopefully my team is following up on this. While Viego's deep in my jungle. We'll just run them over though. Okay, he's a little he's a little bit of a juker. He's a little bit of a juker. Okay. Fireball. Nope. Nope. No, we're not doing anything, I guess. I mean, this game... Nice. Good job. This Akali is chatting a lot. He is definitely a chatter. Oh, let's just pick up this dragon. So I've basically been going Shojin every game, and I think Shojin is the strongest item for Shyvana as first item. It just gives you such a nice spike with the damage amplification and 25 ability haste. I think I'm just gonna keep building Shojin first for the rest of the climb. Now you can build other items as well. You can go Titanic if you wanted. I think I'll try go Titanic this game. I have a Akali in the mid lane for magic damage, but I do like building Titanic with Shojin, especially if you guys have tried the Brad build. Have you guys tried the Brad build? It's the Shojin Navori into Titanic. We're fighting mid again. I could jump in, but it's kind of risky with they haven't used any spells yet. If you jump in there, you just get CC'd by TF and Polymorph, and you get stunned and then trapped. So it's no bueno. You really do want to wait for the spells to come out before you jump in, unless you're getting a surprise fireball. You can kill Fiora here. I think Shojin is just such a versatile item on Shyvana. It's perfect for clear speed, and well, I think it's the fastest for clear speed. I don't really, well, not really. Ravenous Hydra, I really like Ravenous Hydra, but I think Shojin is just the most consistent item for Shyvana as first item. And I picked up a Medjais this game. I'm down to just snowball this game into a win. The Otacon is spawning in a minute. There's something else I want to talk about for the early game is that okay, not really a fight, kind of anticlimactic. We gotta prep for this Otacon though. We're gonna get vision down there, and I have some gold. But I was trying to say, I keep getting interrupted. I was trying to say, in the early game, there's a couple things you need to watch out for as Shyvana, because your early game is so important on this champion. Just small mistakes can literally ruin your entire game, because this champion really has very little to get back into the game, especially if your opponents are good. Let's get some nice focus here. So if you're playing against a Rengar, for example, you gotta be very wary of the second buff invade. The Rengar likes to do 3 camps into your second buff. Okay, nice. Certainly gets hot out here. Or if you're playing against, I've had people do. Okay, the game is over. Never mind. Anyways, try out Cashback and Triple Tonic and Fleet Footwork. Fleet Footwork is the best rune ever.